Hi, this is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Today we have Werewolf Remains, Trophies and Bones. DIY number 1, the framed skull. So here I took some folk art chalkboard paint, and that's just a piece of foam board I painted. And this is a mask I got from Dollar General for $1, and I just pulled off the elastic band. And I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue to hold this in place just well enough before we're going to put some creepy cloth over top of it. And this is 50/50 Elmer's glue and water, and this is my creepy cloth. I got that from Amazon. You get a huge bundle. I can't remember the price off the top of my head, but I have a gigantic bundle of this stuff. So anyway, we get it soaked all the way through and wring it out, and we're just going to pull it apart. And I have it to where I have 2 layers that I'm going to use, so I tried to fold it as neatly as I could so I could get it back to where I needed it. It worked out okay. Took a few minutes, a little bit of patience, no big deal. And we're just going to keep unsticking it from itself and unrolling it and all that good stuff. So we want to pull this taut over the skull and have it lay flat around the outside front edge, because we're going to put a frame over it. So we want this to stiffen up enough, and it'll be pulled tight. That little bit of hot glue, that's a temporary hold, and once this cloth is stiff and in place, and then the frame, hopefully it won't go anywhere. So I just tucked all the ends under and put it on a piece of wax paper and let it dry. And now it's all dry. This is the next day. I just left it overnight, and it turned out how I wanted to, and it all adhered to the board, which is good. So now I'm trimming all the really bulky excess off, because we're still going to fold the edges underneath, and we'll secure that with some tacky glue. Isn't he cool? I like it. I thought this little skull mask was amazing. So realistic looking. So here we've tucked it under and glued it down. Now there's a hole in the back. I thought of this idea after I'd put it together. So if you want to do this, cut the hole before you start. But I'm just going to screw this little battery operated light in there. And look at that. Isn't that cool? Yeah, if you want to put a light in something like this, cut the hole first. But I didn't think about it till after it was all put together. I'm like, oh, damn. But it all worked out. I managed to get it straight and turn the light off. There you go. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like how this turned out. It's pretty nifty. Alright, let's get the lights back on here. Okay, so next we've got this frame that I thrifted. And I originally painted it brown with some gold highlights, and I didn't care for it. I decided I wanted dark red. So I'm just pouring a little bit of folk art imperial red on a coated paper plate and adding a little bit of black chalk paint just to darken it up. Make sure you stir it together really well. You don't want streaks in it. And we're just gonna repaint this entire frame with the dark red. The brown and gold was okay, but it just wasn't working for me. So, but that's okay. It's just paint. We can do it again. And I love to paint, so I didn't mind. And this required 2 coats, which that's typical. Chalk paint does cover well, but sometimes you need 2 coats no matter what. Yeah, it's so pretty. And then, of course, we're going to take some folk art rich black chalk paint and distress and capture all those beautiful raised details. This works out much better with the red, I think. I didn't like the brown. Once I started to put it back together, I didn't like the brown. So we're going to get this done, and once that's dry, all we got to do is put it together. Here we go. Look how cool that is. So later on, I'll go and secure that with masking tape and put felt on the back. And that's it. DIY number 2. the Hunter's Trophies. So I've got another one of these Dollar Tree, I don't know, party boxes. They're decorated for a happy birthday. And I just painted with black chalk paint. And this is some more of my Etsy papers. The design resembles the runes that symbolize werewolves. And I've got my Mod Podge on there. Don't forget to tear your edges. And I'm not worried about that white edge on the bottom, because we're going to tuck that under, and our lid's going to become our bottom anyway. You're not going to see that. And we just keep on coming around. And look, I forgot to tear that in first, but that's okay. Tear it off before I Mod Podge it all the way down. And then we're going to get another piece to overlap where I'm missing it. And you want to tear the edges of that as well and just Mod Podge it on. I don't know what happened to my footage, but you're doing the exact same thing. You're just matching it up. And I trimmed around the top as close to the edge as I could. And since this is rice paper that I printed on, we can burn the edges and it'll just burn down to the edge of what you've got it attached to. And we'll get a fairly clean edge. And then we're going to seal all this with Mod Podge. And while we're doing the Mod Podge on the outside, make sure you get that top rim very well. 2 coats wouldn't be a bad idea. And now I'm taking some creepy cloth, and I am going to Mod Podge that to the lid, which is going to be the bottom. And it's just like any other fabric. I just, I've got it in place to make sure I have enough. I'm just going to tuck it inside, and you'll never see that. Like I said, it's going to go over top the bottom of the box. Just pull it across. And you shouldn't really have to put any on top, because it's going to soak all the way through that mesh. I just want to pull it kind of taut so that it's not all bunched up. And I take my brush and just dab away that little bit of excess glue. I'm getting the edge really well. And then I'm going to go underneath the mesh and do around the rim and Mod Podge it down and get that edge again. And we're just going to pull it over and do that all the way around. Getting some Mod Podge down inside it there. We're glue down the excess a little bit. And on that edge again, make sure you get... It's always about the edges when you're decoupaging. No matter what you're decoupaging, it's those daggone edges that'll get loose and it pops off and it'll drive you crazy. So, and see, we're just wrapping it around. Just keep on getting it all the way around. And there we go. And now we're just going to press it. It's going to fit tight. You don't need to glue it on. You can if you like, but it's going to fit so snug, it's not going to matter. It's not going anywhere. And there's our little box for our Hunter's Trophies. So I have this air dry clay here, and it works best if you knead it a little bit, warm it up with your hands. And I'm just going to roll this into a claw shape. And this is pretty easy. Didn't take but a few minutes. And just kind of start rolling it up where it's pointy at one end, a little fatter at the other. And I'm just going to shape what I think a wolf's claw would look like pretty much. But I got that real nice sharp tip. That was kind of just an accident where it just happened that way. But you can do this. You can do all these projects. I don't know what I'm doing when I first start. Yeah, I test things before I film sometimes. Sometimes I just film and hope it goes okay. And usually I can figure it out. So if something goes wrong, you can usually fix it. It's usually, repainting something or pull something off and re-glue it. It happens. So basically, I'm just sitting here playing around with it until I like the shape. And there you go. Now this is folk art. It's just a regular flat acrylic. It is called... What is it called? Parchment. And this is just like a beige. That's all it is. So any beige paint will do. Then I'm going to take my Java chalk paint, and we're just going to add some details and you know, make it look a little realistic here. And there was no rhyme or reason to this, really. I just add a little distress here and there, make it look like it had a little bit of depth to it, and that's about it. Then I'm going to take this polyacrylic clear gloss, and this is what really makes this cool. Look how shiny and pretty. I put 2 coats of that on it. Look at that. I just love it. Just love it. Looks like it's been polished or whatever. Now this is some webby ribbon, and I spray painted it silver. And it was kind of, I started out with hot glue to anchor it, then I was going to try to use some E6000 for permanent hold, but at the end of the day, it fought with me so bad that once I get it glued all the way around, it's a combination of hot glue and E6000 that I went around there with. At the end of the day, I trimmed the top and folded it all over to where they met and hot glued it on the top. And then you can take a little silver paint, just kind of dab it on there. It's no big deal. You're not going to, you know, see all the... You're not going to notice that once we put it in our box here. So I've just stuffed this box with a little bit of creepy cloth. And then I'm laying another piece over top so it kind of drapes out. See, I just said to heck with it, and it looked fine. It turned out just fine. Use some lace. It doesn't have to look like a setting. That's what I was going for it to actually look like kind of a jewelry setting. So now here it is. I put it in the box by itself. And then I went back. I realized that I had some brown craft felt. I thought, well, why not just cut a little piece, tie a little ribbon on it, and look like a little piece of the werewolf's pelt. You know, this is the Hunter's Trophies box. So we've got a claw and a little pelt of fur. And we're going to put both of them in our little box. But I love how the claw turned out. I thought it was fantastic. And this was so much fun to do. I love it. I love it. And this one is complete. And here we have our framed skull along with the trophy box. I'm going to turn the light off here in a minute. So very cool. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And here's our trophy box. Thank you guys again for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all the things. Come back and see me again. Bye.